Chapter 1. Destination Unknown. It was a fresh sunny morning in July. Big puffballs of cloud rolled lazily across the sky from the west. In a lay-by at the side of the main road, a grey squirrel was sitting on the edge of the rubbish bin, fastidiously nibbling at a stale piece of cake which it had found. A little further down the road was a boy with not many months to go before he reached the age of 16. At his feet was a battered old suitcase. He was tallish, fair-haired, and well-built, with a friendly, squarish face, heavily freckled under his suntan, a pressed-in smudge of a nose, and a pair of angelic blue eyes which, when he put on his special smile, made him look as though butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. From the cheerful grin on his face as he waved to the traffic, it would have been difficult to believe that morning early he'd given the police the slip for the second time in the last 6 months. He was wanted by them for absconding from an approved school. Although his friends called him Smiler, his real name was Samuel Miles. Actually, he preferred Samuel M., because that was what his father called him. That, too, was what he called himself when he gave himself a good talking to, which he often did when he had some problem to face. And on this sunny July morning, Smiler really did have a problem to face, because by now the police forces of Dorset, Wiltshire, Hampshire, and a few other counties were all on the lookout for him. Unless, Samuel M., he told himself, you pick up a lift soon and get out of this area, some police car is going to come along and pick you up. And then, my lad, you'll be sunk for good and all. It was at this moment that a long, high-cowed white lorry came down the road towards him. Smiler gave it a wave and a cheery grin automatically. To his surprise, the lorry pulled up slowly, just beyond him. Smiler ran down the road to it. The driver leaned over and opened the near-side cab door. He was a round-faced man of about 40, with an old white cap perched on the back of his head, the peak pushed up at a sharp angle. He wore green overalls, had a broad smile on his face, and alongside him on the bench seat sat a largish black dog with a white patch on its chest and a large grin on its face. The driver said, "Where are you heading for, son?" Smiler said, I don't know exactly." The driver chuckled. "Destination unknown. Good as any. Hop in. You're the second this morning." Smiler swung his case and then himself up into the cab and closed the door. The lorry moved off down the road. Smiler, who was polite by nature and by policy, said, "Thank you very much, sir." The driver chuckled. It was a nice, friendly, happy sound. Strictly against company rules, but all rules is made to be broken at times. You want to sit and brood over your worries, or listen to the radio, or talk. Take your choice, all the same to me. Smiler said, I don't mind talking, sir." "Wise choice," said the driver. "Silence is golden, but weighs heavy. The radio is full of woe, or pop music, which is worse. But talk is human and friendly. Also, don't call me sir. I'm Bob Peach. Peachy, my friends call me, but you stick to Mr. Bob till I tell you you've served your time, which," he winked, "could be anything from an hour to 100 years, according to the way things go." "Yes, Mr. Bob," said Smiler. "Well then," said Bob Peach, "go ahead." "Go ahead what?" asked Smiler. "Go ahead and talk. That's your choice. You got to start. Only fair." Smiler, a little unsure of Bob Peach, was silent for a moment, and then said, "What did you mean that I'm the second this morning?" Bob Peach nodded towards the dog, which was sitting between them. "Him. Another destination unknown. Like you. Sitting I was having a bite of breakfast by the road, when up he walks, no collar, no name, free as air, and cadges a bacon sandwich from me. Bit skinny, ain't he? But he'll fatten up.